Welcome back to Divine Duality, the podcast where we wrestle with the tension between calling and intention, between what we see and what we know God is asking of us. I'm your host, Tiffany Pete, and today's episode is one I believe will speak straight to your spirit. It's called Blurred Vision, Bold Steps. Sometimes the road ahead looks foggy, uncertain, even disorienting. But what if blurred vision is not the absence of purpose, but the invitation to trust God in ways we've never trusted Him before? Let's be honest. We all crave clarity. I know I'm someone that craves clarity for sure. We want to know the next 5 steps, the guarantee, the roadmap. But more often than not, God doesn't hand us clarity on a silver platter. Instead, He gives us glimpses, just enough light for the next step. I think about those seasons when life feels like driving in a heavy fog. And if I'm being 100% honest and transparent, I'm in that season right now. It's that season where you can't see the full road ahead. You can't tell if there's curves or turns. You can't predict what's beyond the mist. And in those moments, you're forced to slow down, grip the wheel tighter, and trust that forward motion, even when you can't see everything, will eventually get you where you need to go. Blurred vision doesn't mean abandonment. It doesn't mean you've missed it. It just means God is training your faith to walk by trust and not by sight. And when you're in that heavy fog, that is easier said than done. Trust me, I get it. It is very hard to make your faith bigger than your fear in moments of the unknown. I'm someone who despises the unknown. I need to have, at least if I don't have the way forward or the path that's that's going to be taken, I need to at least have the goal. Where am I headed? If I have that, then I feel some surety, right? I can rest assured that I have somewhere to go, right? That I have a mission, that I'm a goal I'm trying to achieve. Right now in my season of heavy fog, I don't know what's coming or going. In fact, I don't know if I'm coming or going some days. And that's just being completely honest. I know where I want to be and I know what I feel, but I can't see it right now. I'm in a fog and I'm just trucking along in the car, praying and hoping that I don't fall off a cliff. Although there are days where it gets really, really, really hard. Like really, really, really hard. To trust that the path forward is the path you're supposed to be on. And it's lonely. It's cold. It can be depressing. But at the end of the day, you know that you are doing the right thing and you're going the right way. And you just got to hunker down and protect yourself from the fire. And you have to know that you're not alone. That even though you're going through something that's very difficult and hard, you're not by yourself. Even though you can't see clearly, you're not abandoned. God's there. He doesn't miss a step. He doesn't sleep. And He definitely takes care of His children. So if there's any solace in the hard times, in the fog, it's that you're covered. God has you. And it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Just allow your faith to walk by trust and stop depending and relying on what you see. There's a story in the scripture that captures this perfectly. And it's the story of Abraham. In Genesis 12, God tells Abraham, "Go from your country, your people, and your father's household to the land I will show you." Notice what God does not do. He doesn't say, "Here's the land, here's the map, here's the timeline." No. All he simply says is, "Go." Abraham left everything familiar with nothing but a promise and a blurred vision of where he was headed. But this bold step into the unknown made him the father of nations. And if you listened to last week when we talked about obedience over optics, I talked about how obedience oftentimes has generational effects. And in this case, Abraham's obedience and his step into the unknown had a generational effect that still is continuing. Imagine that. His obedience to take one step at a time in the fog of uncertainty opened the door for generational blessing. What looked blurred to him was perfectly clear to God. I've had and continue to have my own blurred vision seasons. Times when I wanted to know every detail, like now. And God simply whispers, "Just trust me." When I stepped into this podcast, for example, I didn't have the whole picture. And to be honest, I still don't. I'm just walking it by faith, and praying for God to make the vision clear. I didn't know how it would be received, how the episodes would flow, or how or if this platform would grow. But I knew obedience required a step. And as I moved and continue to move, clarity comes. Not all at once, in pieces. But what it does, it confirms exactly that what I'm doing is exactly where I need to be. And maybe you've been there too. Maybe like me, you're there right now. You pray for answers, for vision, for clarity. And yet, all you see is haze. Can I encourage you? Your blurred vision doesn't disqualify you. It doesn't make you less than. It doesn't negate your calling. It doesn't obscure your identity. It positions you for bold steps that are going to sharpen your faith and deepen your walk. So, what do bold steps look like when vision is blurred? Bold steps are small steps Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is the next small thing. Make the call, send the application, have the conversation, start the journal, say yes to the opportunity. Not only are bold steps small steps, but they're trusting steps. Faith doesn't erase fear, but it gives you the courage to move with fear in tow. Boldness isn't about being scared, it's about moving anyway, in spite of. Bold steps are also surrendered steps. Boldness in blurred vision isn't you trying to create clarity. It's you surrendering your need for control and choosing to believe that God has the map even when you don't. And I know it's hard, but it's necessary. Because when you combine these steps with trust, blurred vision stops feeling like a curse and starts feeling like an invitation. So, here's the question I want to leave with you. And be real with yourself. Be honest. Where is God asking you to take bold steps, even though your vision is blurred? Maybe it's your career. Maybe it's in a relationship. Maybe it's in ministry. But whatever it is, ask yourself, am I waiting for clarity when God is asking for obedience? Do I need to move right now instead of sitting still? If you journal or reflect, I want you to write down the areas of your life that feel blurry right now. And trust me, I'm doing the same. And next to each one, write one bold step you can take this week. Not the whole plan, just the next step. As we close today, I want you to remember this. Blurred vision doesn't mean you're lost. It means you're in training. And every bold step you take in faith is shaping you for the promise God has waiting. Keep moving, even when it's foggy. Keep trusting, even when you can't see. And know this, blurred vision plus bold steps equal a breakthrough. Thank you for joining me today on Divine Duality. If this episode blessed you, share it with someone who needs the reminder, and don't forget to subscribe. And if you're ready to take this journey deeper, the Divine Duality Journal is now available on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to episodes like this one. Until next time, keep walking in faith, bold steps, even in blurred vision, will get you where you need to be. Until next time, friend, I'll see you in the tension.